Today's question is, does everything happen for a reason? Short answer, yes, but it's not what you think. Most of the people have this bias towards suffering. There's no sweet without sweat. There's no gain without pain. But how many of you know people who've been gaining for a while without going through the pain, or people who've been having sweet without sweat? The biggest lie I think we were told when we were in school was suffer now and enjoy later. That's a lie. As someone who suffered enough, I don't think the amount of enjoyment I'm getting now only had one way to it. Like only through the path of suffering, of that amount of suffering, was I qualified to get to maybe this level of enjoyment. It's not a fair statement to make in a world that we all know is an unfair world. So if your friend is going through something, or if you are going through something, the worst thing that you usually get to hear is, no, it's all going to be okay, or Romans 8 verse 28, all things work together for good to those who love the Lord and accord according to his purpose. It's a sweet verse, but sometimes when things are going wrong, it's not the verse that you want to hear. Life is generally unfair. One of the biggest trials I had to go through was being unemployed in a career that is a sure thing. I'm a medical doctor, so it is a vital profession. Everywhere you go, you find sick people, and they need to see someone. They need to see a doctor. So how is it that we have doctors who don't have jobs and stuff? It's a rigged. I can't say it's a rigged system. There are a lot of factors that go against that were hurdles in my way. And the fact that the economy was bad, the fact that I was a refugee, the fact that like I had no money to pay bribes for someone to get me, stuff like that. And I realized that people want you to work, especially when you're a doctor. The problem is not that there's no jobs for you. The problem is that not everyone is willing to pay you for the job that you're going to do. So I ended up donating 2 years of my life, working full time for no pay as a volunteer. So what that forced me to do was to leave the country, to leave Zambia, where I grew up, where my family was, and try to establish myself somewhere else. And even when I went, it's not like it was always smooth road. I had like 8 months of instability, where I go from like job to job, trying to see if there's someone who will hire me. So what the reason I think I saw in that time of trial for me, was that I hate change. I hate moving. I'll be in a bad place and refuse to move unless it becomes absolutely necessary. I didn't know I was that type of person who can move to another country and still make it. It proved me, I got to know the extent of my strength. I did not know that I possessed such strength or adaptability to be able to go to a completely different place, people I've never met in my life, people I didn't go to school with, and actually make friends. I didn't know that was possible. It's proving me wrong. It showed me a support system. I've been saying, no, my family is my anchor, but this time they actually showed up and stood by me through a lot of things. And they were miles away. They are still miles away. But I was able to cry out or ask for help or something, and they were there for me. And also it showed me, in as much as it showed me how strong I can be, it also showed me how weak I can be. I am not someone, okay, I have a lot of mental health issues, but I didn't think depression was one of them until I found myself in a position of extreme anxiety, extreme depression, and I just couldn't take it. And I didn't know that I would ever find myself in a position where I can understand that level of depression or anxiety in other people. I've seen patients suffering from such a condition, and it's not something that I was able to relate to, or to be able, like, even when I'm telling them things are going to be okay, it felt like a lie. But now when I say it, I hope I come out genuine, because I know that, yeah, if you give yourself a chance, it's easy for you. It's not that it's easy, it's possible for you to make it. Yeah. So after all those, like, the lessons I learned, does everything happen for a reason? In the beginning of the video, I said, yes, it does. To find yourself, to know how strong you are, you get creative. When you have no options and you have nothing to lose, you get creative with everything. You hear, no, you can make money doing this, you try it out. You can make money doing this, you try it out. When you're desperate, you try out a lot of things. And you're willing to, like, you're more willing to experiment than other people would be willing, because you've got nothing to lose and you've got everything to gain. So when you're down below, when you're in the valley below, only, like, when you've reached rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. So take chances. If you're down, take chances, jump at everything, try everything. You don't know where your breakthrough is going to come from. So every opportunity you have to do something about what the situation you're in, to do something about what your life is like right now, just take it. Take every chance, try everything, do everything, and give it your best. Give every opportunity your best. You don't know which one is going to turn out right.